So, as an art project, I started out with the intention of faking my death. And what I did was I cut off all communication between myself and everyone I know in the United States. And I was just going to disappear and leave them to assume whatever they wanted until I just suddenly reappeared when I returned at the end of this month. And I did that about a month ago, a month and a half ago maybe. And I couldn't go through with it all the way. I did cut off communication, but it was only 10 days before I gave up and said, "Hey guys, I faked my death," because I didn't want to see what they were posting or anything, so I didn't log into my Facebook. I wasn't watching them or anything, but I had friends here who were connected to my Facebook account and sent me links and things like, "Did you see what your mom said?" And they were freaking out. And when I actually saw what was being posted about people worrying about me, I felt really bad, and it hit me how real it was, and I told them, you know, instead of just letting them keep worry. So that was the big project.
Okay. Did you tell them you that? No, you couldn't. So it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought of the same myself.
Yeah.
Just to test how much you missed, but on the other side it's a bit unethical too, because people get. But sometimes when I'm not logged into Facebook for days, people think I'm dead or something, because they're so used to me being totally present in social media all the time.
Well, I before this trip wasn't the most prolific Facebook poster. So I kind of expected some people to not even notice I was missing.
J'arrive, hein.
I can take the bill.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get tax deductions.
Oh, that's true. Wonderful.
You can't have tax deductions if you're dead. That's one of the advantages of being alive.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. So it's an interesting project because I didn't do it to see who cared about me, because I know my friends care about me, and you know, whenever I get depressed, I just say, "Hey, like, I need some love," and they are there for me, and it's good. I'm trying to figure out why I did it, because I have no idea. I mean, I have some idea now that I've talked about it so many times. I think it's interesting to put parameters on a situation. I think I wanted, what I pictured happening is, since I wouldn't be able to talk to them either, I would get really lonely.
Excuse me?
Wait.
Oh, merci. Oh, good? Okay.
Comme ça, j'arrive.
That's it?
Yeah. You took Agatha Christie, I call it. Except from that she was more famous than you are, or at this stage, of course. And she disappeared for, I think it was a couple of weeks. And
Oh, did she?
yes, yes. And she never revealed the mysterium. Maybe it was an abortion or something, I don't know. Or just a trick. Kind of, yeah. So there are actually artists.
Oh, no, I know. Chris Burden did it.
Yeah.
Piero Golia. There are several artists who maybe committed suicide as art projects. It's kind of up in the air because you know, obviously mental illness pays a little bit. You know, so some people are like, that's not really an art project. That was probably just a depressed person committing suicide. And some people what's his name? Arthur Cravan. He disappeared, and people aren't sure if he died or if he faked his death so that he could just start a new life, because he did all kinds of crazy stuff.
Merci.
I don't think he knows.
No, of course not.
Voilà. C'est bon?
Oui.
Merci.
Oui.
Bonjour.
We can't know that there is an interview going on.
Right. Anyway, yeah, there are a lot of artists who have kind of explored this idea, and I was interested in kind of finding out what their side of it was, like what happens to a person when they do something like that, you know? And I guess I found out in a way. I mean, it didn't at all go the way I was picturing, but yeah, and I've been plenty lonely without, you know, without being completely cut off from everyone I know. So I don't know. It's been really interesting.
Maybe there is a limit for how long a sociable and person with ethical values can do a thing like that.
Well, I think it could have gone on longer if I hadn't seen those posts, you know, because when it first happened, when I first cut myself off, I felt great, you know. It was like I felt free.
Yes.
And I felt really successful. Like I finally. It took me 2 months to work up. Well, okay. It took me 6 months leading to the time I left, and then 2 months of traveling to work up the courage to actually do it.
Okay.
And then I just felt accomplished, like, you know, I'd finally gotten started on this big project I've been planning forever, and it was finally going to start becoming something, and it's become something completely different from what I pictured, which is perfect.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I have an agreement with my mom that I'm supposed to mail her every 10 days. I forget all the time, but she is an eager follower. But if she wouldn't see anything on Facebook, oh, hell with Willis, I think, because with selected friends and family, I orientate them where I am. I also sometimes I share my Google map with them, because then they can see which areas, which events, and so on. So have a kind of not safety net, but if something happens to me,
Right.
they would know. Oh, she was probably at that nightclub before she disappeared.
Yeah. I kind of started that with my friends in Europe when I planned to disappear, and there's a hair.
Where?
On the end of my fork. Anyway. And I tried to be more active on Facebook and social media. Oh my god.
No.
This is fun. Okay.
The only death here will be that one. I hope. Because there's so annoying. It goes after sweet things.
Here, I'll get this. Go away. Okay. It's gonna come back.
Yeah.
What were we saying?
Posting.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, so I was posting these video journals on YouTube and trying to post frequently on Facebook as well. It's weird, like as much as I tried to be active on Facebook, I think I'm more active now after that because I felt so bad about doing that I just kind of am now constantly like, hey, I'm alive.
Oh.
I'm trying to whack it like so it'll fall down and then
I think the birds can eat it. They're so cute. Look at them.
they are cute.
Oh my god, they're just jumping. On the sounds, I love them. It was horrible. There was once I killed a bird by accident. I stepped on it in the street.
Oh.
Yes, and all the content of the stomach was all over, and it was still alive, and I had to kill it. I did that where I warned the other cafe guests, turn away, and then I did bang from that, like that, and when I came home I cried.
Sad.
Yes, I love birds.
Me too.
City birds, they are so used to humans. In Oslo, they just come and say hello to you. They can sit on your shoulder at the metro station. So how have people been reacting to the project? I mean, the people you meet in Europe, of course.
Well, actually, the reason I started filming me talking about it with people is because the first time I talked about it to someone, he yelled at me. He was very upset and didn't want me to do it and was telling me all the awful things that could happen to my mother and what was good about it though is he was asking me all these questions that I hadn't considered. And I thought that taking footage of me talking about it with people would be a good way to figure out why I did it.
Okay, yeah.
And also good documentation of the project. And I think I really value other people's perspectives. Like I tend to think about things in a certain way and not really consider any other possibilities. It's something that I really dislike about myself. So I try to talk about everything I do pretty much with other people because sometimes it's like, oh yeah, so I plan to move to LA next year and I won't have a job or an apartment or anything. I'll just be homeless for a while until I get things figured out. And someone was like, why don't you just like arrange a job before you go? And I hadn't even considered that. Like, who doesn't consider that? But and so I have this, I don't know, mental block against like thinking about things in a realistic way, I guess. So
Good. Realism kills creativity.
Well, yeah, so I was picturing me just being like a little hobo in LA, like
yeah. The same thing with me in Paris, in the coach surfing stage that never happened.
Yeah.
Yes, but I would never dare to sleep outside or something like that. Yeah, but there are a lot of people who are very safety oriented. Like, yes.
That's not me.
No, getting hysterical. Don't have a job yet.
Love coffee. Yeah.
So you are continuing with the interviews in Barcelona and Madrid and Milan?
Yeah, so far I've gotten some in, let's see, London, Amsterdam, Berlin. Did I get? Yeah, Berlin. I got some really good ones in Berlin. I don't think. No, I didn't get any in Cologne, and I didn't get any in Vienna. But yeah.
Yes, let's analyze this.
Well,
joking.
It's been really interesting because each conversation I have is really different. One conversation turned into like a critique of social media, and it was really interesting because I didn't do this project thinking that I would be critiquing social media, but I think it is.
No,
doing that in a big way.
My deep thought about this is that social media now has become so important part of being alive, being perceived as alive. It's become a part of you. I mean, in the so-called good old days, there would be no hysteria unless one had a deal to call mom every week or something like that.
Well, or like I would have, to fake my death back in the good old days, I probably would have had to like grab some pig's blood and put them in the hostel sheets or something. And yeah, like it could have been really crazy, but
yes, young girl disappeared. Yes, classical ones. Would maybe get a lot of media as well. So it's more difficult now to go under the radar, as we say, because you leave these digital traces everywhere. I mean, Google knows. I'm sure Google knows that we are here talking about this now.
I wouldn't be surprised because I have been posting these videos online. So
yeah, no, because it's like everything I do, it appears on the map now. Like that soiree yesterday, it appeared on the map. Event here at that time. You can also get Google and Facebook must be connected also because you get friend suggestions. People you have Googled, people you don't even have the phone number to. It's very creepy actually. So wow, that could be a a solution. Just Google to find out if people are alive. No, Mira has left no digital traces. Since she met that creepy guy on couch surfing, you know, the 55-year-old who insisted on sleeping in the same bed as the guests. Since she visited him, there was no purchases with a card or no Facebook posts, no events attended. That train ticket was never used.
Yeah. There's like. Well, that's interesting. So this is interesting because I've essentially done like the opposite of what Piero Golia did. Piero Golia's disappearance was about how to disappear in the digital age. He was untraceable for his disappearance. He crossed borders. Like he disappeared, I think, in somewhere in Europe, and showed up in New York for a show, and nobody knew how he did it, and I tried to talk to him about it, but he didn't really have much to say.
Yes, because passports are scanned at the border. So maybe, I will think very old-fashioned border controls. And what's that? When you go to the United States by airplane, you fill in those paper forms. Those are in paper, yes.
I don't know. I haven't flown to the U.S. yet.
No, you haven't. There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, I've only flown in the U.S. and out of the U.S.
Yes.
Is it a customs form?
Yes, both that and are you a terrorist? Are you a terrorist? Are you on drugs? Do you have mental diseases? Do you have mushrooms with you? Or
Well,
milk
yes.
products? What?
Milk products?
Yes, I think that's illegal because some, what can I say, animal disease or something.
Right.
Oh, no do you have plants with you? There's a lot of things that are illegal. Yes. Do you have any merchandise with you? And at the worst flights, they give you that form like 10 minutes before landing, and
Ja.
I wonder if I'll have to. Probably will. That's crazy.
Yeah. There were 2 forms. And
They should give you before you get on the plane so that
Yes.
you can fill it out while you're flying.
Yes, or while you're waiting. Because on the plane you can relax, half sleep, come up with creative ideas, enjoy the movies. Waste your time on bureaucracy. It's so much better to do that in the line. But then you have plenty of time on that flight.
Are you going to have any of this?
No, thank you. It doesn't go very well with sweet coffee.
True, but it goes very well with itself.
Yes, I actually ate a lot of mozzarella yesterday before.
Oh yeah, mozzarella. Yeah.
Yes, it's my savior.
Yeah.
Quick meal. You need nothing, just tomato salad and mozzarella, and that's enough. And also feta cheese with the dressing. And you can use that, or marinade. You can use the marinade as dressing. But feta cheese are so much strong, I would say. So this one you can just
Yeah.
like that. It would be also fun, yes, to fake like some certain Japanese tourists to fake a trip while being on another trip. Like letting people believe that you're in Asia while being in Europe instead.
Oh,
Yes,
fake trip. Yeah, I like that idea.
because it's so easy. You can just add location. No, I'm in Hong Kong. And just steal Instagram photos.
That would be hilarious.
Yes. Or the opposite of social media bragging, because I'm pretty fed up with people bragging about luxury holidays all the time. So why not pretend you are in a very boring hostel or in a boring Finnish city or something like that instead. Actually, that was an idea of me and some friends. It was the so-called shit holiday. The shit holiday, it's only parts of northern Norway and not picturesque parts. And of course, northern Finland, small redneck places, and Russia. and driving an old car, just live at the cheapest, shabbiest places. Maybe take the Trans-Siberian as well, because that reaches over not the most chic places in the world, I would say. Cheap vodka and alcoholics, yeah. So the shit holiday is the opposite of the perfect Instagram holiday.
I think that would be a fantastic holiday.
Yes, and of course not go alone, but together, because
Well, that would make it even. Yeah, I after this, I don't have a desire to travel alone. It's been ridiculously hard for me. I'm finally like. I think I'm almost out of this like really deep pit that I've been in for I don't even know how long. Like I can feel energy again. I'm like a person.
Yeah.
And I think like Paris and like the rain and I don't know. Like I spent half of my stay here in my room actually. I think, and like I'd go out for a day and be way too like out of energy to do anything the next day, so I'd just stay in all day. So
exactly when is your train leaving?
oh, 2:07.
2:07. Okay.
What time is it now?
38.
Oh.
So that leaves us 29 minutes. Yeah. Which you know which part and so on? I've been to. Yeah, I'll show you afterwards. I've been here numerous times.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I haven't been here at all. I thought it would be Gare de l'Est or another place.
Gare du Nord?
Yeah, maybe.
Gare du Nord. That's. I think it's for the trains to Belgium and stuff, Northern Europe.
Okay.
Gare de l'Est, I don't know anything about. Maybe.
That's the one I came in from the east.
Okay, yeah. So yes, this one would be Gare du Sud then. Yeah, we'll find out. Because I've been lost here a couple of times, so then you learn by mistakes.
Well, thank you.
There are always people who are very worried when you travel alone. Because as a female traveler, of course, you are what's it called? More exposed to people with dishonest.
Well, I don't know. I figure it's just like being alone anywhere. You just pretend you know where you're going, and people think you do, and then they won't think you're a tourist.
Yes. Yes. I never of course, I've been into some half sketchy situations that could have developed into anything, but the only trouble was, of course, during the same hour in Paris with that credit card theft, and afterwards the taxi driver that started to drive outside Paris. He tried to, but I was following the map, so I insisted go here.
Okay, yeah, that's really scary. A taxi driver.
Yes, because the
People you're supposed to trust.
Yes, and the stupid advice. If you don't want to get raped, take a taxi.
Wow.
Yes, people are so naive, but then they interpret the world in their own naive perspective as well, because they wouldn't have the guts or the skills to travel alone.
I should have kept some bread for this.
Yeah.
I would suck in those countries where you're supposed to leave a little on the plate. I like eating it all.
Yeah, same here. Sometimes I use the bread just to take all the sauce as well. If it's good, especially if it's expensive.
And this was expensive. I can't believe it was that expensive. Mozzarella and tomatoes are so cheap.
Yes, but at central stations like this and the airports is very expensive in Paris.
Yeah, I should have gone to the grocery store, but I didn't have time.
No. Yes, I'm going to buy myself a suitcase if I find a suitcase store here. And then going to an exhibition and then home, I think. Because it's not a magical Paris evening today.
No?
It will not become that. It's a good day to leave, actually, because, what's this? There's nothing magical about this. Okay, I can go. I hope my...
No, this is like the most magical day. It's so cloudy. It smells like rain. It's still wet from last night's rain. I love the rain.
Yes, I know.
I opened my window this morning and just like stood there for a few moments. I'm up on the 7th floor, and it's got this great view of like this back alley, and I don't know. It's just I will miss that view.
Yeah.
I will miss that view so much.
Yes. Like I told you, I also had this magical day with last day in Paris when it was heavy raining all the time and the sky was green. I will never forget it. But I think, this is rather early, but it would be extremely sad to leave Paris with a pink sunset. I'm into those. CA, Barba Papa. Yes, after that cartoon. Barba Papa was a European cartoon that I grew up in, and I shared a pink sky on Instagram, of course, because you share perfection there. And it was named the sky of Barba Papa. It was cute.
I think I've heard of that. Maybe I've even seen it in a French class or something.
Maybe.
It sounds familiar.
It's a so-called jazz cafe, Lizzie. No, it's called a jazz cafe. How Parisian. How authentic. Don't you feel it? Oh, we only missed the accordion now. Sous le ciel de Paris.
C'est fermé là, regardez, il y a des barrières.
You heard about?
What?
Sous le ciel de Paris. It's a song. I can play it, toning out this little session, so we know. so that people believe it's Paris. You know, the age of social media.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I could be faking this. I could have done all of this in
Michigan? Oh, maybe not the background, but
yeah,
there is...
maybe not. But there are green screens.
Yes, I was just
It's a
about
very
to say.
effective green screen.
Yes. Let me see. This is the classical one.
I actually really like accordion music.
I love that song. And I don't recommend anyone.
Fini. Bonsoir, c'est fermé, monsieur, ici.
Merci.
Soit là ou à l'extérieur là-bas.
On va payer maintenant, oui.
D'accord, payé 17. Non, vous avez une petite table là-bas. C'est
I
mouillé.
will not recommend anyone to
Vous voulez y aller, allez-y, monsieur.
by the Seine with a pink sky listening to that song on the last day. That's sad.
Ok, j'arrive.
Yes, because I'm not sure which, there are 3 halls in there, so we have to find it.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that video with me.